So here it is. I'm no longer going to give away food from my EBT card. Nope, I'm not going to do it. My new thing is I'm going to buy a pizza with maybe some chicken wings and then leave that where I need to leave it. And I've done that twice now. And it was a lot of fun. The first time I did it, I went to the Blessings Under the Bridge in Spokane, and I got a pizza with 3 toppings on it, and some boneless chicken wings, and some habanero, and some ranch. It cost about $14.99. And I went to this Blessings Under the Bridge, and I dropped it off. I mentioned that in another video, where there a ton of people gathered, and I'm pretty much just saying, well, it's been 5 years since I've had a girlfriend. You know, I'll write it down and I'll put it in plastic, whether or not I laminate it or not. But I'll usually put it in like a plastic folder that I get at work for free, or 25 cents, whatever. And I'll tape it up, excuse me, and I'll put the note in there so it's protected against weather and the grease of the pizza. So I did that once 4 days ago, and of course, like everything that I've done for 5 years, I haven't got an email back. But, you know, of course they ate it. A real Christian of you, right? Whatever. I kind of do that because I think that a lot of Christians have this notion that atheists are bad people. And whenever I hear this shit, I'm like, well, okay, first of all, you couldn't get on a computer without Alan Turing. You couldn't use Facebook without Mark Zuckerberg. You couldn't use Microsoft without Bill Gates. You couldn't use Google without those guys. I don't know, I think they might be Hindu. Well, Hindu Buddhist, but definitely not Christian. Bill Gates is an agnostic, but let's face it, Bill Gates is an atheist. So if you're running Microsoft, or you're running a Mac or Linux, which is all the operating systems, all 3 of those guys, Bill Gates, Linus Torvalds, who invented the first Linux kernel, and Macintosh, were formed by atheists. Steve Jobs was an atheist. He was a Buddhist. He didn't believe in God. And Linus Torvalds is an atheist. So if you use any of those operating systems, you're definitely using atheism. And if you're on Facebook at all, again, atheism. And if you're using a computer, well, thank Alan Turing, because he was an atheist and he invented the computer. All computer science used today, smartphones to computers, are because of Alan Turing, who was gay and ostracized because he was gay and an atheist. So you can't really say that atheists are immoral when Warren Buffett gives more to the children's charities than any other organization, maybe outside the Catholic Church. But then again, the Catholic Church is sitting on pillars of gold that they stole. So when I think of the charities that the Christians do worldwide that cost billions of dollars, I'm really thinking about how they're just repairing the damage of the past that they did by sublimating and dominating a weaker, less educated group of people. They're just trying to redeem themselves to God because they gave the Indians smallpox and killed off most the blacks in South Africa, and it's their problem. They caused the famine in Africa, so they're just really trying to make up for lost time. I'm not saying they're bad people, but there's no real big atheist organizations that have like screwed over a large portion of the population. If you remember, Adolf Hitler was a Catholic, and then he really just became kind of a cult of himself. But the motto of the National Socialists was und mich, which is something along the lines of "in God we trust." So they definitely were theists, the National Socialists that ran Germany during the Third Reich. But my point is the atheists are good people, and when you look at it, most people that give to charities even here aren't religious, but they give through those channels because those are what's open. I don't know why atheists don't build a homeless shelter, because a lot of them have a lot of money and a lot of them have a lot of time to do it, and a lot of them are generous. But you know, you see how atheists are attacked, so maybe they just don't want to be attacked. But I think that's pussy ass atheism to not build a homeless shelter. It's like saying you're black and you stand for equal rights, but you're not going to try to be Medgar Evers or Martin Luther King. You're kind of being a wuss. You should build, if you have money, you should build an atheist homeless shelter. Bill Gates, you should build an atheist homeless shelter. But I don't think he touts his atheism enough. But there are plenty of atheists. Stephen Ballmer, I mean, there are a lot of people that could build an atheist homeless shelter because they're very generous. And that would be great. A big building with an A on it instead of a cross, doing something for the people. And I love the Christians that do that, so I don't see why the atheists don't do that. It's not like they don't have the money. I personally don't have a lot of money. But again, back to the thing where I've given away $2,000 worth of food for 5 years and still don't have a girlfriend, and have lost like 175 pounds doing it. I'm not going to give away from my EBT card anymore. I'm going to start buying pizzas, setting my note in the plastic, and searching for a girlfriend that way. It's either that or you open up to me on the dating sites. I want to date a woman under 26. I'm not going to change my mind, okay? It's about fertility and progesterone, and I want children. And if you're just there like, no, 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 and call me a nigga, stop. That's not how adults function. Stop. Don't do that. That's not going to work for anybody but yourself. I'm not getting a prostitute. That's silly. I want children. I want a wife and kids. So I'm giving away pizzas at random in places where I know that people get them. And I put it at the Bel Air Hotel, which I think of as kind of a hooker hotel. But there are people, and maybe it'll get around that I'm a nice guy and I'm looking for a girlfriend. And I don't see why not. If it goes into, well, you're lazy, you collect benefits for disability. Listen, Trump, shut the fuck up. You know, if you look at corporate welfare, your taxes are mostly going to the rich, not the poor. Stop. Nobody is listening to this shit about how people on benefits are lazy. For one thing, EBT card money puts money into the bank, and people that get benefits create jobs and also create more money than they take out of the system. I could prove this with a simple JPay easily. I mean, they're all over the place. Bernie Sanders changed the dilemma to focus on the power of money, and we will do that. We're going to reinstitute Dodd-Frank. We're going to break up the big banks. And we're going to put Citizens United back in the garbage dumpster where it belongs so the people have the power. We're not going to do that through Donald Trump. We're probably going to do that through Hillary Clinton. Remember, it's not about who's president. It's who controls the House and the Senate. That's what's important. We need Democrats in power. But I'm not going to vote. I'm going to take a moral stand. Hillary Clinton is already in the double digits ahead of Donald Trump right now, so that might spell a return to the Democratic Party retaking Congress for the first time in 35 years. Don't bitch about people that don't have money if you call yourself a Democrat or a leftist especially. That is wrong. This youth cultural bullshit of Coachella, the Warped Tour, this corporate bullshit. The hippies were cool until Woodstock, okay? That's what corporatized our world, was Woodstock. Oh, now we're on TV. Now we have the yuppies. Now we have a wealth cap greater than the royalty. We don't intergenerational breed anymore. We only fuck our own age group. Millennials, you need to go with older dudes. I'm serious about this. look on my site, Conversation Our Age. I'm Lucas Werner. I have found the research for you. I'm not stopping because I'm 36 until I have a girlfriend that is an adult female under the age of 26. I have given away $2,000 worth of food in this 5-year search. This does guarantee me a wife and kids. You feel me? If it doesn't, you are a Republican. You and I have nothing in common because your conservative values have destroyed our country. Ageism is a dilemma that has to be solved for the genetic fixing of our species. If you have read the research, you know that from 1912 to 2009, the parental aging effect, the paternal aging effect was a myth. Just like Reefer Madness said that you're going to kill yourself if you smoke weed and you're going to get violent. Just like Pluto being a planet. These things must change. You must start dating men over the age of 35. You would not have sex with your brother and sister and mother and father. You do not need to have sex with males under the age of 35. And remember, the one who pointed this out and brought this to the layman, to the proletariat, to the underclass, to the people was me, Lucas Werner. This is what I will be known for. I have brought this to the attention. Bill Andrews' research cannot be denied. The research that won the 2009 Nobel Prize in Medicine cannot be denied. Men over 35 are like not having sex with your brother and sister and your father and your mother. Things must change.